Hi, Poppy Swampwater here. Oh, little Ethan was so upset. He had wanted a dog for so long, and his mom and dad finally bought him a puppy. Oh, he loved that puppy to pieces, but then he got upset because for his birthday, he also got a Bible storybook. So he had the little puppy and the Bible storybook for his birthday, and they both made him so happy. But what upset him was that the puppy ate a lot of pages out of the Bible storybook that he got. And he knew that was a bad thing because his mom and dad had said that if we get the Word of God into us, then we can love other people like we should and love God like we should. And he said, Dad, I hardly got a chance to even have you read it to me or anything because my puppy ate it. He tore it all up and he ate a lot of the pages and I can't put it back together. And his dad gave him a big hug and said, don't worry. He said, well, Daddy, at least now he's got the Word of God in him. And his father said, yeah, he's got the Word of God in him. And Ethan said, but what I worry about is on the backside of our yard, you know, where we have that big fence up and all those Rottweilers and all of those bulldogs and all of the, all different kinds of big dogs live on the other side. There's probably about 6 or 7 of them, and they don't have the Word of God in them. And they're going to eat my dog. They're going to attack him. I know they're just going to get out there always against the fence. And Ethan's dad said, well, what we do is we'll walk the puppy out in the front instead of just taking him in the backyard. But he said, I want you to know something, Ethan. When it says that the Word of God gets in us, it means in our heart we need the Word of God. Not in our tummies, but in our heart. And your little puppy now, he ate the Word of God, but he's a good little puppy. We want to raise him right. But the dogs in the back, they haven't had a choice. They got raised all wrong. Nobody paid any attention to them. And they weren't giving them the love that they deserved or the training they deserved. And it's not the dog's fault because they just didn't get what they deserved. And it's the owner's fault for not raising them to be good dogs. And so, Ethan, that's the way we should feel about people too. He said, we have the Word of God in us and we love people. And it's okay, like for your puppy, if he goes out and sees them in the backyard, he's not doing anything wrong. And you know what? Those big dogs in the backyard, they're not really doing anything other than what they were taught or not taught to do. And instead of hating those big dogs, we should feel sorry for them, have compassion on them, because they never knew the love that your little pup is getting or that you're getting, and the owner probably never knew that love either. And so instead of hating that, we should hate the sin that's in them, but don't hate them. Feel sorry for them. Have compassion on them instead. And so little Ethan and his dad, they knelt down and they prayed about the dogs in the backyard and about his book being eaten. And he was afraid his little puppy was going to love those dogs now because he had the Word of God in him. But they prayed about it. And they started walking the puppy out in the front yard down the sidewalk instead of in the back. But Ethan says, I guess I understand now. We're supposed to not hate the sinner, but just hate the sin that's in them. Like, I don't hate those dogs because of the way they are, but I hate the way they were raised. I hate the sin that's in them. And then little Ethan said, maybe I should get a Bible story book and take it over them to eat, for the dogs to eat. Maybe you think that would help any? And his father said, no, that wouldn't get the Word of God in them at this point. I don't think it would help too much. But that's the way God looks at us. God hates sin, but he loves the sinner. And we should be the same way with the people that we run into. We should be friends and not participate in their sin, but try to show them the good way of life. Show them what Jesus is all about. And I'm going to leave it off right there. Thanks for listening, guys. I love you. Bye-bye.